Hi guys, Krypto here from Krypto late night trading session. So I love these things because, excuse my throat as well, guys, got a bit of a chest infection. No Rona, so that's a good thing. So I want you to take this opportunity, late night, sit back, grab a coffee or early morning, wherever you are. Let me know that you're out there. Send me some messages. And let's just look through some coins, see where we should enter, where we shouldn't, where we should sell. I like to look at things from a bit more of a longer term perspective. So, drop your comments in there. Let me know. And this is the first one. So let's go through it and have a look. All right. So whatever coins you want me to look at, just drop them down in the comments. All right. Okay. Let me just check something quickly before we get into it, guys. Let everybody get in there and get set. Okay. All right, cool. Simon, glad you could join us. Let's see if we get a few people in here and look through a few coins. Let's see how we go. Guys, really excuse my voice. It's not too good right now. So, all right, so let's start with Bitcoin. While you guys are kicking back, and I'm going to just have a little look through Bitcoin and see what we think we're going to do. So let's sort of zoom out to like a 4 hour. And here's how I'm kind of playing Bitcoin right now. So let's go through the obvious. We have had this parabolic run like this, maybe even more like this. Okay. So resistance, 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 support, resistance again. So obviously the big question that people ask is, where does it go down? When do I buy? So obviously if you didn't buy all the way back down here, we have to look at kind of where it is now. So this is how I see it. Now we had a nice 20% retracement here. So the question now is, are we making a new set of 5 waves, or are we kind of just making a new ABC retracement, right? So if we have a look just at the retracement of this move here, let's just take this move. So take all the wicks out of it. We had a really 100% wick really, but really the body settled at 32,763. So for me, that really is our baseline price now, until it isn't. So we obviously want to buy as close to that as we can. So we've got to look at where we are now. And I like to buy breakouts. So I don't advise, from a trading perspective, getting in on consolidations. These little areas where, so I'll just show you how we've been playing this at Krypto all the way up. So we don't play the consolidations. Just change the color of this. Okay, so we don't play the consolidations. We let it consolidate. We wait for the breakout. So, we miss out on all this chopping, and then we take this trade. Okay. Then we had our channels, our descending wedge. As soon as it break out, we play that. We look at our resistance. We kind of watch ourselves there. It goes through, but we know that it's kind of pretty bullish now, so we ride that. And then once we can hold on to that trade until it falls through, and that's when we get out. You can either go short or just sell. And we've basically done that the whole way. And that's how we've been making our money. Okay. So some trades are bigger than others, obviously. So drop me a message, guys. Let me know what coins you want me to look at. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know where you're from, all that sort of stuff. So with Bitcoin now, the way I'm playing it is like this. Let's get rid of all of this. And I do like to play these bigger moves. I do feel like probably been playing too many small moves recently when we don't need to. So right now we've got a downward top trend like this. And then we had more of a one like this today, which was the correct entry point today. If you were watching, I pointed that out in the group earlier. Once we broke here, at 34,590 was a really good spot to get long. So if you didn't get in there, I wouldn't be getting in now. And the reason for that, there's a few reasons that I'll give you for that. First of all, it really is, it really is at the top of a wave 3 right now. I like to go where the money is there. Okay, so we look at this pattern. Nice wave 1, retracement wave 2. That's the perfect wave 3 area right now. We should retrace to here or here. So that's what we're watching now, is for this retracement. And if this plays out nicely, we should get a nice fifth wave to either here, 39,344, or to here. But I just don't think right now is the time to make that decision, because if we're going to get that fourth wave, it may retrace to here in line with the EMA, so 35,938. So you want to get the best entry that you can. And if we can hold it there, we may even get a smaller retracement where it is now, right on the trend ribbon. Okay, but that 37,364 for me. Now, if it continues on, so be it. But I would be waiting for Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm looking at it here now, and I'm going to be looking at it down here again, and then back at the entry break. I may even scale some in. Okay, so that's how I'm playing Bitcoin right now. Nordman, how you doing, man? Where you from, brother? Nadu man? Ethereum and Dash, let's have a look right now. Simon wants to have a look at Ethereum. Okay, so let's do that right now. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Okay. That's the 15-minute. Let's zoom out a little. Okay. So again, I got some thoughts on Ethereum. For everybody who knows me knows I'm huge on Ethereum. I've been huge on Ethereum since $80. But for me, the big, and again, we just played the consolidations, guys. And it's really all you need to do is play, these trading areas. You don't need to sort of do much more. So obviously you had trading areas here. Another one here. And once it breaks out, off it goes, right? So what I like to do is kind of play the midterm swings. What we want to do is, because I do this for a living, like this is how I make my money to live. So if I don't make money, I don't live. So really what we want to do, I'm not interested in all the choppy stuff. I'm interested in these swings. I know a lot of people are interested in the complete swing. Of course, so am I. But this is my job, and what I like to try to teach is financial freedom. I'm completely financial free right now, which is cool. LA via Philly, cool, man. So that's what I try to teach you guys. So again, what we do is we follow these consolidations. We don't chase them, and then they're going to break one way or the other, right? And then we use our other indicators to get in and out. Same thing here. Okay. So that's kind of how we've been playing it, and we don't really worry about this noise in the middle. We try to get rid of that. It's just too much because you got to do it on small time frames. The candles kind of drive you crazy. And yeah, so again, we can see we've had a pretty parabolic run. Let's shift out to the 6 hour. Tidy this up a little bit. Okay, so for me, there's two really strong consolidation areas, trading areas. One that we're heading right back into, trying to now. And there was another one here, wasn't there? So do I think we're going to see 750 and 700 again? Well, who knows, but I hope not. So the moves right now, let's have a look at right now. Let's get rid of everything. And I'm going to put this on the 3 hour, just so there's a few more candles available. Okay. So I really do think that Ethereum is going to $2,000 this year. Some people are saying 20,000. That would be awesome because I've been loading up on that like big time. So what I want to kind of look at now is the way that this is playing out. So there's a couple of things here that I'm looking for, and I pointed out today. This triple top area, 3 times resistance, 1, 2. So I'm really not looking at getting into Ethereum from a trading perspective until 1, we get support above that 1155, because I think then we've got nothing really in our way then. We just got recent high, we've got all-time high back there, wherever it is, and then we've got the moon, right, up in the right-hand corner somewhere. But we want to make sure, a triple top is quite a lot of resistance. I mean, if we try again and it doesn't get there, and here's the thing, right? People panic because there's a double bottom down there. So if you sort of buy it here at 1127 and all of a sudden it quickly falls down here, a lot of people panic and they sell and they want to get out of it, right? So I'm very bullish about everything. These corrections are actually needed. And we may even get more of a correction. I mean, even if we look at this run here, right? We've done an obvious set of waves, like this, okay? So we're due for a retracement. So we've got to be really careful, right? That it's easy to get caught up in the hype, but we want to make sure we're not doing something like this, or even this, which is very possible, and it's very painful if you're in. So there's only 2 sides to a trade. It's very, very clear what side of the trade we're in right now. So all of this going up, perfect. All you really had to do was kind of get in here on this consolidation break and just stay there long, right? Even if you're margin trading and you got in here, let's say you even wrote it to here, it's 58% times 5, 250%. So if you use $1,000 of your own money, you're trading 5,000 of Ethereum, okay? You're making 58% of the 5,000. So if 1,000, you've made $2,500, $2,600 profit just since the beginning of January, right? So there's crazy, crazy returns. Matthew says, Tia here has been spot on. Crazy Sunday AM on the live chat. Was right when the correction stopped. Sold my Ethereum Litecoin while the chat saved me a ton for the rebuy. Happy to help you, man. That LTC was from the 12th of the signal 2, bought at 80, sold at 180. Good man. That's what we like to do. We like to help. Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. So this is my first time using StreamYard as well, guys. So I hope it all looks okay. I was trying to use OBS and it's just shit. Didn't work properly. So somebody put me onto that. Okay, so Let me just put your chat comments over here. So let's have a look at what I'm seeing for Ethereum right now. Okay. So let's just start with the basics. We've got a new channel that we're in. Okay. So we're in this pennant. Now, the thing with this is actually quite bearish, believe it or not. On a down flag like this will consolidate and a lot of time, go like this. So during all this choppy is not a good time to buy, to be brutally honest. 1 second. So you've got to be really, really careful here, guys, because it's so easy for your money just to disappear, if you're not really watching your trades. So right now, we've got this obvious trading pattern on. I also don't like those big wicks, so I sometimes will do things like this, okay? So we've got triple tops. Now, what we also have is this kind of pattern forming, right? Now, for me, I would rather buy at 1150, knowing that I've got guaranteed support on this EMA. And again, if you don't know when I say things like EMA and trend ribbons and stuff like that, just let me know, guys, and I will explain it to you, okay? So some people aren't believers in these double tops and triple tops. I really am. Because what happens is a lot of people, they're too scared to buy here, but then once it starts running, right, they buy here. And then what happens is you're stuck with it, and then it slowly bleeds out. And we all know the feeling of that. So I'm just trying to get you the best entry, whether it's short-term or long-term. So we are forming a bit of a cup and handle here as well, but it's from a down swing. Usually a cup and a handle will come from an uptrend, form a cup, form a handle, and then take off. And you wait for the cross to get in. I like to wait for those confirmations, okay? Big shout out to Selena. Hello, darling. She's just keeping an eye on it for me to make sure that everything is okay. Only got 6 people with us here late at night. I didn't really put the message out because I just wanted to run it first and see how we go. I like doing these. So for me, I'm looking at a few things on Ethereum at the moment. Again, it's really, really starting to get really choppy, isn't it? Okay. So I want to kind of avoid that choppiness. Okay. So I mean, this is a small time frame, but it might stretch out to be a longer one. But yeah, so we're kind of going like this right now. So that is our resistance line now. And we're kind of going in this. Now, this can also kind of be bearish because we've got this up run, descending wedge, we'll hit a spot and then take off. So it's just really, really, really choppy right now, which is why, hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Picture and sound is way better than the Zoom meetings. Okay, cool. We'll do this from now on. I like it. Okay. So I'm either looking for a break from this descending wedge, or I'm looking for a break of these EMAs. But even from a longer term perspective, that's probably not enough for me to want to get in with any confidence. I'm probably looking at this, to be brutally honest. Okay. So we could probably take that out of there. So I'm looking at this little triangle right now. I mean, let's see if we can get those wicks in there. like that. Okay, so while we keep finding resistance, you can either play it short or use the opportunity to wait. We are getting some support on this EMA, but if we look at some other time frames, it's finding resistance. So it really, really is choppy, lots of green, but we're also coming from this downtrend. So for me, my final thought on Ethereum is long term, we're going to $2,000. I'd probably even agree with the 2,400. Is this a big enough retracement? I don't know. Let's see. But if we can break out above this triple top and hold a 3-hour candle or something like that, then I will use that as support to get in, which is around about $11.48, $11.50, right? And that would coincide with getting out of the green cloud and all that kind of thing. Let's have a look at the daily quickly before we move on. You get rid of all of the noise when you start. Now, so for me now, that's starting to look quite obvious. As I said, from here, what will usually happen is then you start to make this. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get another continuation once it breaks down through there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this consolidation. So that would be huge, or even this EMA on the daily here, a retest of the 800. So be very careful. Long term, you can get in and average yourself down, but I wouldn't be getting too excited right now, guys. Okay. Overall, bullish. Overall bullish. We were on this pattern. Look at that. So as soon as we broke out of that, that's when it went nuts. And that was the consolidation where I went really big in the group. That simple pattern right there, right? Broke out of that, held the support, which was currently resistance. Bang, off it went. So there's another indicator. I mean, that could again take its time and find its way back down to there again, which would be sub $800, okay? Okay, which coin do you want to look at next, guys? Just sending a little message there to my son. So which coin are we going to look at next? Somebody said Dash. Let's have a look. So what you're going to see is a lot of the same patterns in these coins. I've been huge on Dash, and I got to admit, I kind of panicked with everything else. So Dash is moving more of in a good upward channel right now. Look, okay. Like that. So while we're continuing in that upward channel, why not keep buying each time that it comes down into here? Great. What we're waiting for, once we fall through, that's your point to sell. Okay. So an obvious. So if we just take a quick fib from here, really nice consolidation area in here. So I mean that fib even got us that perfect entry of 108 if you were lucky enough, or you could have got one of these entries here as well. A thing just popped up that says analysts are a bit gloomy about Bitcoin's immediate price. So am I, to be honest. It's the same kind of thing as I'm saying. I don't want people to be fooled by this noise, right? Because you could get left with egg on your face. So I'm being very, very careful. I'm not going to bed overnight with any trades open whatsoever, right? Yeah, no trades whatsoever. Am I keeping open overnight? Okay. I have done, and I learned my lesson. Didn't I, Selena? She knows. So Dash for me right now, yeah, I mean, look, don't chase it because I don't care what anybody says. Markets are run on emotions, and you know, we know that. And everything in the media now is there's no turning back. Corporations are in, but I mean that big long short we had on Bitcoin wiped out so many 10x, 5x, 50x leverages. Boom, just liquidated in one go, right? So you got to be very careful. So I think if you're accumulating like long-term hodlers, I think we're going to get much better prices eventually. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe next month, but I know that my plan was to sell my Bitcoin at 40,000 and then wait for an entry down here somewhere again and go Ethereum, but I didn't pull the trigger. Now I'm kind of regretting it big time. But Dash, yeah, like, there you go. So the more data points you get, the better it is. So even from there, it's holding trend. So each time it comes down to here, you want to look. If it starts to get support, buy some more. If it breaks through, sell. And then you're looking for these bottoms. Okay. Let's have a look quickly on the 3 hour on Dash. See if there's anything in there. So again, it's the same pattern. Triple tops, which is extreme resistance. There's cup and handle forming here, but from a down, it's even forming a head and shoulders. But it's on a down trend, right? So for me, again, on Dash, if you're not in, I wouldn't even look until we got some guaranteed support. Oh, that's Ethereum, sorry. What am I talking about? Dash. 3 hour. Yeah, okay. So we broke out of this quick downtrend. Okay. So as soon as that broke out, that gave you a little indication to buy. And now you're just playing this wedge, basically. And if you did get the right entry here, then you can't go wrong playing this wedge, right? So as it comes down, you can stop for small profits. If it breaks through, stop at break even. Otherwise, just continue the ride up until it breaks through. That is going to fall through at some point because, like I said, this pattern is usually quite bearish at some point, like that. But it's been known to break through, and so again, I'd be looking for, you know, I mean, looking at that 3 hour, I'd probably be even looking at, yeah, I mean, definitely this fib is where you start looking, right? It's finding resistance there now, isn't it, right? So I wouldn't be running out to buy it now. If you're already in, fantastic, ride the wedge. Okay, what's next? LTC, yeah, let's have a look at LTC. No problem. So we'll have a quick look at Ethereum and see what Ethereum's doing. Yeah, it's kind of really resisting these tops here. I know we just looked at it, but I've actually got a little trade going here short on this one at the moment. I'm carrying a little bit of a loss right now, but let's see. I mean, it's a real battle. It's really battling to hold this 1,000 area. So it's probably not good to trade it inside of this area, to be honest. You know, you probably want to wait for a breakdown there or a break up. I'm having a little bit of a gamble at the moment. It's not working out for me right now, but I won't lose too much if that's the way it goes. So, Litecoin. So, all right, let me just clean up some of this mess. So Litecoin we've had a lot of success with this year. And I've been huge on Litecoin, pushing it all year, trying to get people to buy it at $40, and then again it's sub $100. So we'll get rid of all of this. We start again. So you can see what I've got here, right? That was a serious consolidation area, and we've run almost all the way back down into here, okay? And now we're holding that as support again. So I really like this 120 to 130 area of Litecoin. Whether we're going to get it again or not, I don't really know. But let's have a look where we are now. So again, we kind of just apply the same things over and over. So we're traveling, you know, even like this in a big scheme of things, right? Well, we were traveling in this, weren't we? Okay. So if you got in down here and you just played this wedge, you still could have seen the top, seen it come down, and you get out here. And now it's just resistance, right? So nobody, and this is why when people say buy the dip, they don't know what they're talking about, right? So you buy this dip, okay, great. You get in here. That's all good and well. Until it comes back to your break even, and then it goes to here, and then it goes back to the double bottom, and you're like, oh my God, what's going on, right? So, but let's have a look at the immediate future for Litecoin. So again, we were traveling here like this, through there, as resistance. Once we broke out, that was a nice little buy in there. Now the thing is, we can only take what the market wants to give us. Sometimes it wants to give us this much before it retraces. Sometimes it wants to give us this much. You can only take what the market wants to give you. So, you know, we can say we want this to go all the way to here, but it's not necessarily going to do that. It might get there eventually, but it might go to here, back to here, like to this, right? So you got to be able to play through all of that mental anguish. So what I know is what's in front of me right now, which is, again, heavy resistance through this line, right where it is now. And even if it pushes through there, I'm still wary of these highs here. So that's a little bit of a trap zone in here, right? A little bit of a trap zone. Okay. And again, it's just making the same patterns as the other coins, right? So it's traveling like this and like this right now. So even though it looks like it's going to get ready to break out, how many times have we seen it go like this, like this, like this, and then like this? Or, you know, like this and like this. So I would rather get a higher entry. I mean, you can get in here, but it's a risk. If it breaks through, you get a great price. But if it hits and dumps back, you're going to be stuck holding a loss. That's not the way I like to trade at all. So the way I would play Litecoin right now is on this 3 or 4 hour chart. I would be looking at this immediate trend, this wedge that we are in immediately. You know, something like that, right? So I would be looking like this. Okay, again, ascending wedge, which can become bearish. So we're kind of right at that. Let me get rid of these indicators. We're kind of right at that area where we're really not sure where it's going. which is again why we want to look at this major trend here, which, if it was to pull back, would run in line with the EMA, which is here. The trend ribbon, which is again in line with this consolidation. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see this 136 and it fell through, excuse me, to 126 again. So I'm not going to enter Litecoin unless we break and hold here. All right, and I want to see what this does. That's going to be the point there, that 148 marker. So if we can get above this blue EMA here and hold a nice little candle here, that's the spot to get in, right? And that's when we're going to be looking for. And again, you can see it's making a new set of 5 waves. Okay. It's making a new set of 5 waves. 1, 2. A third wave would be to there. And again, that's going to be the support area. So that's a really important area, right? And then that's going to take us through to this tops of 181 here. Okay. So I don't mind getting in 150 if I'm confident of getting up there. Resistance points, this consolidation on this fib. So those would be our take profit areas. And that's how we set up a trade. So just to finish on Litecoin. Again, it's making a nice little consolidation to watch for as well. Look, it's starting to. Yeah. So we really want to watch this little consolidation area here. So if this breaks out, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a few more sideways candles, to be brutally honest. Where is the top of that? Yeah, like that. So I wouldn't mind seeing that go sideways again, but if that can break up out of there, that would be a really nice entry, and that would set you up for if it does break through those tops. So if you do take that entry, what you got to be aware of is here as resistance. So that might be, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to get into a trade as well, right? So you might get in and have to stop out straight away, maybe. How's my trade doing? Still down a little bit there. Okay. So yeah, let's play that little consolidation on Litecoin. Where's it going? There it is. Yeah, let's play this consolidation. Let's even close it in a bit like this. Okay. So that gives us better. So if that starts to break down through there, we can go in short. Look for support here. Right. Be very wary to get out of the trade quickly if you get support there. Look again here. And then look again here. So we are really waiting for the breakout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alarm for a breakout to about there. And another one for there. And then another one here. And then another one here. Okay. Just so that's the way we're going to play Litecoin. So we still are looking at a big time, nice run back up to 184. We just got to make sure we get the right entries. Okay. And if this 5 waves does play out, then that sub 130 was awesome. Okay. So that's how we're going to play that one. All right. Who's next? Simon says, I can see why I didn't make any money yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I made quite a few mistakes today as well, mate. That's just the way it goes, brother, you know. Let's send a little message out on Facebook and let people know that we are live on YouTube right now. So maybe we get a few more people in here. Let's see what we can do. Let's have a look. Channel. Oh, there I am. So let's pull that up. Let's have a look. Oh, and we want to get rid of that now. And we're going to go to Facebook and tell everybody. I like these late night trading sessions. Horrible thumbnail. I look a bit simple there, but you know, it's all right. I am a little bit simple, so it's okay. Send a little one out on Twitter. My good buddy Jeff Berwick. What's he got to say? I just saw his name there. Now it's gone. Let's see what he has to say on the world. No, it's not. Well, it's not. So just coming back to Ethereum, still resistance. See, like, so I'm in this trade. I'm down $87 right now, which is okay. It's okay, but I'm just, you know, let's see. I mean, it's a little bit risky. That's why I'm not going to go into it too hardcore. What next coin do you want to have a look at, guys? Let me know. Shitcoin XRP. I traded a wedge and caught the breakdown for $80. That's cool. Right. Okay, so any other coins that we want to look at? I'm kind of watching Ethereum very closely as well. While we're at it, let's just fly through from the top. These are the coins I like to trade quite regularly. We did a nice trade on ADA, so I'm just going to do what I usually do, guys. Just give you a look into my world of how I do things. So we got into this ADA last night, actually, and made some good money. And it was quite easy and simple, wasn't it? We played that, and we played that, whichever way it was going to break. And out here, I took my profits earlier already, and I 3x on these, so, you know, 10%, I'm cool with that. I try to make $500 to $1,000 a day if I can. You know, sometimes it's a grind, sometimes it's not. So right now, we are traveling. Actually, I want to look at this on Bitfinex. Yeah, let's get rid of all the mess and start again. Okay, so longer term, we're playing this, and let's have a look. What do we got? Yeah, so we're in resistance there, and we kind of got a new thing going on like this, haven't we, right? On the longer term. So on the shorter term, we were playing this downtrend, which eventually at some point is going to turn bullish, which it did. And it really is that simple sometimes. And then you play the next one. Right? And that's why it's really good just to play one or two trades at a time, because you really got to try it. So you get in on the breakout here. Oh, we're consolidating. We draw our lines. If we fall through, we can take profit. If we break through, we can add to our position. We're looking here for a take profit. If we break through here, we can wait and then see what happens here, and if we keep going, we can add, and that's it. It's like a little game that we keep doing. So ADA has had a nice little breakout there, so we will watch it again in here to see if it's support or resistance. So we set a little alarm for us to come back and have a look at that point. And that's it. So some days there are no trades and you just got to set shit up, you know. And, that's how it goes. I'll set up one more alarm. Oh, well, I'll leave it like that. How much capital am I utilizing to make $500 per day? I got a trading balance of about $10,000, which I don't use, but I do 3x and 5x. So, for example, let's say we lay down $3,000 on a trade of our own, $1,000 of our own money on a trade. At 5x, that's allowing me to trade $5,000 of a coin. Okay, so if I set my risk at 3%. So 3% of the 5,000, my risk is what? 10% is 500, 1% is 50. So my risk is $150 from my 1,000, right? And my reward, you know, if I'm looking at getting 5% times 5 would be 25%, right? So if I'm getting 5% of the actual $5,000 instead of the 1,000, that would be 5% would be what? 5,000, $250. Okay, so it's like a 2-to-1 kind of ratio or more. And even though you're laying down $1,000 of your own money, I'm really only risking it worse, like $100, you know. So, but I usually will go, yeah, $2,000 or $3,000 at a trade. So if that's 3x, it's like $800 of my own money. And sometimes, you know, you can just do 5 trades and make $100 each. Sometimes it just depends how I'm feeling some days, you know. I think the mistake I've been making lately is playing too many little trades on like 15 minutes and 30 minutes, which is not the way I like to do it. So I'm going to go back to doing the way I like to do it. And I breakout trade, you know, so I don't chase. I look for things that offer me good reward versus risk. You know what I mean? So I'll show you. I'll give you an example of what I mean on that. Okay. So for example, okay, just to give you an example of how I think, right? So let's go. Okay, let's use this current situation here. So I would set up this kind of like this, right? And I would say to myself, on breakout, I want to get in the trade. Okay, I'm going to go long. So on a breakout, I want to get in. So my entry is going to be here. All right. Now the target I'm looking for are these top consolidations up here, which is 13%. Okay. So my risk, I could say below this EMA, or if I wanted to be a bit more risky, below that white line, which is just way too much risk. So I'm not going to risk 11% to make 13%. It doesn't make any sense. So even though there might be a breakout there, it's too big. It's too big a risk versus reward. So to narrow that, and you know, even though there's a trade on, I might not take it if the risk reward is not good enough, man. You know what I mean? So then I can just look at it in different ways and go, right, let's look at it this way. Okay. So if I was to get in here and it breaks down through the trend, I get out. Now that kind of changes things. So I look at it from different options. I go, look, okay, so I'm going to get in here. Okay. But let me move it over here a little bit. So I get in here. I'm looking for this area here, which is a 10%, 9% trade, 10% at 3x would be 30% on my money. And then I could say, look, as soon as that breaks down, I'm out. So now all of a sudden it becomes a 4. See, it's still a 2 to 1. That's a 2 to 1 trade. So I would be risking, say, $200, to make. So that's 2 to 1. Yes, I'll be risking $200 to make $400. I like to find trades that are a better value, to be brutally honest. So again, it's the same kind of thing. I can get in here and go, okay, I'm in, and I'm looking for, what kind of a target am I looking for? I'd have to go and put a fib on this and then get a possible target. Let's say that's a 1, that's a 2. My 3 is going to be here, right? Possibly here. So I'm looking at 21% gains, and then I would get out as soon as that trend breaks. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, that's not the right one. What am I looking at? So if I got in around about there, and then said, let's get out as soon as that breaks through that white uptrend. So somewhere like that. So my stop is at 2.67. Risk reward is 8.25. Right. So I'm looking at 22% gains for a possible 3. So yeah, just under 8 to 1. So 8, around about 8. So that would be a good trade, right, to get into. So that's the kind of the way I look at it mathematically, and purely I don't get. Obviously what I want is the bigger swings, like this. Or if I'm going to go short, like this. I'm not so interested in the small little shitty things, but sometimes that's all the trade gives you. Okay. What other requests have you got? Okay. Not too much action happening in here. There's only a few people, but I just wanted to test it out tonight, you know what I mean, and see how it worked. I kind of like this platform. I hope it sounds good and looks good. On your end, I'm going to get a new camera, a new mic. As most of you know, I made a move at the beginning of this year, and then I had a heart attack and lost. It's been a bit of a tough year, so I'm getting everything sorted out now. All right, so. Okay, so seeing as we have no action in here, let's go back and have a look here. What else interests me? Dot interests me a lot. Now we have been huge on Dot since way back here, sub $5. So that one's been huge. We might even have be able to show you what the signals look like. So Uni, we're big on. Dot. Here we go. So that was sub 940 to 895. That was when it was running. So that trade's over. We had another one down the bottom here somewhere. There it is. $4.90. Right? And we closed at 850 already, the first run up. So we made huge money on that one. And now it's up to, and the last signal was sub $9, right? Back in this area here. So hopefully some of you at Krypto got into that. So let's have a look at where we are on DOT now. I actually exchange traded DOT because somewhere down here I exchange traded DOT. I bought a bunch. I think I still got them on there. Yeah, I bought 100 DOTs. Not many, but just to start accumulating, you know. Just to start accumulating. Let me just keep Ethereum up here as well, guys. Please, so I can keep my eyes on that. Yeah, it's not really anything going on there, is there? It's kind of stagnant right now. Let me change the ticker here to Ethereum, so I can keep an eye on it up there as well. Okay. So yeah, not much really going on with Ethereum. What happened to it? There it is. Just want to keep my eye on that one. Get rid of all of this shit. So it kind of broke out of that wedge. A lot of green on the Ichimoku, which doesn't mean it might come down and have a 987 bounce out of the cloud, maybe. But there is a hell of a lot of support. I mean, it's oversold here, overbought, sorry. But it's just getting going on the longer time frames. Yeah. So, very choppy, kind of risky, kind of not following my own rules there, waiting for a complete breakout. So let's see what transpires on that one over the next hour. Okay, it's funny because only an hour ago I was talking about going long on it, so I'm kind of just in one of those moods today. So and what I would advise when you're in those moods is just don't trade, get away. I'm in one of those where I can't make up my mind kind of vibes today. Any other coins, guys, that you want me to have a look at? If anybody's actually still out there, let me know. OMG is one we've been making money on lately. So let's have a look at OMG. And these trading sessions are cool because we just mess about like this, and then sometimes a signal just pops up and off we go, right? So I like to have a look at the overall trade of what's going on. Get out of the logarithmic. And, I like to tidy everything up and start from scratch. Okay, so if we have a look at the big scheme of things, we are still in this big kind of thing like this with OMG. Now, I do believe that this is one where I would probably say to wait for the bigger move. There we go, that even makes more sense. Isn't it amazing how these trend lines work, right? So this one you can wait for it, because I really think on OMG we're going to see $6, $10 again. So this is what I would look at long term for you guys. But I'd wait for a breakout to happen, So we're looking at it from the long term now. So, and as that gets along, the breakout becomes cheaper and cheaper, doesn't it, right? But you don't want to buy it at $3.08 long term, and then goes to $3.74, and then it goes to $2.32, and then it kind of just fucks with your head a little bit, to be brutally honest. But I like playing OMG because it does follow these trends really, really good. So if we look at this on a daily now, where we are, okay? we're making a very clear new set of waves here. Okay. Now I'm going to go more with the not the stupid wicks. All right, 2, 3, which would get us broken out of here. And we have a retracement to here, and then we see this. So there's a lot that matches up with OMG, and that's why I like it, right? Your fifth wave target hits there. That one hits here. So I like that. Okay. So I like that. So what's a good entry point here? So obviously that blue EMA on the daily, if we were watching, would have been a good pickup. Okay. And we'd be in now, and it's riding above some trend and stuff like that. So that's the first place to get in. So if it retraces, we want to set an alarm, which I've already got, right? So I missed that one, and I got a stack of OMG already from like $1 something. So that's cool. So from a money-making perspective, there could be a couple of things going on here. So we are holding that daily EMA support right now. So let's just investigate a little bit further. We may have found something here for you guys. Live. I keep using the Ethereum chart. Because I want to keep my eye on this one. Yeah, see, it's getting some support now, right? It went from the resistance to the support. The 3 hour was the one I was really, really, really watching. Yeah, this here. So if that kind of body starts to get above there and stay there, then I'm going to get out that position. And I mean, it looks like it's doing that, right? So, but we'll keep an eye on that. OMG. OMG. So on the daily, it's making a really nice however, we are traveling in this kind of a pattern. Yeah. Okay. So that downward wedge followed by, yeah. So descending wedge, which will become bullish at some point. Okay. Now that's quite a wide span that we're playing. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm probably going to look more here. Now let's just bring it into a 4 hour time frame and have a look. So green cloud bounce, which is awesome. It's starting to consolidate here again. And that same thing, right? Like that resistance there. So I got a bit more of a clearer picture with this now. I can get rid of the cloud just to clean it up a little bit. Okay. And there's huge potential here. Look at the way it runs, right? Like, you know, even more than that. What is it? You know, 20% at 3x, 60% trade. That's the shit I'm talking about, right? So right there. So let's get, plus we're playing this big 5 waves. So let's get rid of that for now. And we have a really clear trading zone of this now happening like this. Okay. So this one's looking good to me, right? So let's just get a clearer line. Kind of there. All right. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. See how it takes time to put everything together, guys? It really, yeah, it really does take some time, you know. So, I mean, we've only got 6 people watching, but that's all right. It's nice to try out this platform. Okay. So we're in resistance there right now, and we're making this cup and handle. So really for me, again, that breakout is the point. Okay. The hold of support on my trend ribbon is the confirmation. I like these trades, it's just so obvious. So that's the confirmation. So the way I will play OMG, I'm not going to go short on OMG unless it kind of breaks down here. I'll start to look at it. But long term, I think we can make this 1, 2, you know, still making a third wave, 4, 5 up to this trend line. We can get rid of that for now. And we're starting to make a little consolidation here as well, which I like. Me likey. Yeah. Okay. So now it's starting to get pretty obvious. So we got this. Yeah, and we got that up there. So we don't really want to buy between this 311 and this 327. I don't want to mess about with this chop. Okay, hopefully that's clear to everybody. I really don't want to play around with that chop. I'm liking this baseline here. Yeah. Okay. So there you go, and you can see the previous pattern. Same thing was there. Chop, 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 chop. Breakout, and then you know. So you can be in the trade here, but you had to buy it here on this breakout to go up, and then once you get resistance on that EMA, you're probably out, or you're breaking even. You know, you're not losing money. You didn't chase it, and you're not buying it here, which is the big mistake we all. How many people have like just bought things, and the minute you buy it, it just goes down, right? So it sucks, and this is the reason why it took me a long time to work this out. I'm still watching this Ethereum though very, very closely. So OMG, and it's really, really ramping up in the right direction. Look, okay. So yeah, look at that. That is really holding that trend in there. So now we're talking, right? Now we got something to play with. So I'll give you this tip for free, peoples. So have a look at this again. Even between these EMAs, look at the chop. We don't want that. We don't want that. But it's starting to ramp up, and it's starting to build. So again, right? So this was an area to trade. Sorry, not to trade. And if you get in, you would have got in long here. And that has just been amazing. You know, you didn't have to do anything, just stay in it. And you've made, 12 times 3, 36%. Okay. But margin trading in particular is all about, it's all about where we are now, with margin trading in particular. So that's why I try to, because right now I'm doing a lot of margin trading. I probably should be accumulating more, but I'm doing a lot of margin trading to pay for my monthly life, financial freedom. That's my plan. That's what I'm trying to do. So the margin trading is all about the now and a period of time, because you don't actually own the coin. So it's about the right timing. You can't just like let it fall 20% and go. You just can't do that in margin trading, right? So that's why it's so important to look at now of everything. Zcash, Mike Miller, my man. Where are you from, Mike? Let me know. So yeah, OMG is a big one for me, guys, to really, really take note of. My dog's chewing up something in the front yard. It's probably my sign to get off of here soon. And resistance in the EMA. So once it starts getting above there, I want to know as well. So I'm really all over the OMG thing. It's one of the coins they traded in the 16 bull run and made me shitloads of money. And it follows patterns. You can see it's not like one of those coins. You know those coins when you look at the chart and it's like, fucking, looks like New York City, man. Like, you know, I really like OMG for that reason as a trading coin. So I like that it's holding this EMA here. So we're just going to watch that. Now, of course, this could go bang to the sky while I'm asleep and then I miss out. Again, it's just all about timing, right? So I think I've just upped my position in Ethereum a little bit. I think I'm down a little bit now. Yes. Time to get out of that one, I think. Time to get out of that one. I will let this 11-minute hour close and then I'm out. So everything's starting to have a bit of a run now. This is why we set alarms, guys. Okay. So let's have a look. The joys of... so it briefly broke where I was and then... yeah. So what we're going to do... yeah, so guys, any questions you've got on margin trading or, you know, anything really, just let me know. Let me know, because I'm going to be looking at some bigger swing trades. I just got out of my Ethereum short position, to be honest, because I should have even been playing it in the first place. Yeah. I just got a bit bored. So OMG, huge one to look out for, guys. Really, really keep that one on your radar. Okay, Zcash. Another one that I traded huge on. Got rid of it when the FUD came out, which I should have done, but, you know, I did. So another one trading nicely in this pattern. Okay, so a nice ascending wedge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. See, and Zcash is another one. It just makes nice waves, man. It just makes really, really nice waves. It hits fibs. It does all that kind of cool stuff that we like. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't quite reach that fifth wave, did it? I mean, it did there. So we could be now looking at, and a lot of it depends on what Bitcoin does as well, right? So we're now in a decline here, I would say, probably 107. Wow, Zcash is really $111 right now. I fucking screwed that one up big time. You know, so we could see something like this right now. This trend wedge is going to really come into play. So Zcash is really going to depend on where you entered, okay? So if you entered down here somewhere, I would take some profits. And then I would definitely be looking at this fib line here. This, look at that, fib, trend, trend. So this is a huge area right here. So if that, once you really want to be watching this when it gets down to here to see what it does, whether it's going to do that or whether it's going to do that. And then you can make a decision on what you want to do, you know, because like everybody gets in at a different price. I was huge on Zcash and Dash and all those coins. Seems really cheap, and like a dick, I was doing too many things at one time, and I was like, I'll just get rid of these and I'll re-examine. So for me personally, I'm kind of hoping that I will get back into Zcash, right? I'll learn my lesson. So I'm kind of hoping this does break back down into below $100. I'll definitely jump in and re-tap up on that one. But if you were trading the way that I trade, even if you were writing this, you would have went, oh, okay, right, here we are, right? So we're kind of double tops, okay? Resistance, very clear trading area. So as soon as you broke there, you could get out. So ideally, you would have been in down here somewhere, see it up to here, get down to here, and then that's what you've left on the table, and you've made yourself a nice 20%. So Zcash, I wouldn't be rushing out to buy it. If I was in, I'd be looking to sell. If I was trading, if you're long term, hold it. But yeah, she's a beauty. I love the old Zcash. So that's my take on Zcash. Did you say you don't leave a leverage trade open overnight? If it's kind of touch and go at the time, I certainly will not leave. I've done it before, so I'm talking about what I'm doing in the future. I will not leave a leverage trade open overnight without a solid stop loss or a stop loss limit in play. I may even set 5 or 6, really, really make sure so it doesn't fall through. I've made a mistake once when I set one and it fell straight through and I got liquidation calls, at 20%. It was like not pretty at all. I was looking at losing 12K. Ended up losing about $3,000 or $4,000 in that trade, and that was the big lesson for me. I think all traders that get into margin is really risky, guys. And I was watching a guy a guy that I know, a friend of mine, the Arcane Bear, Tijo, and he said something really good. He said, start margin trading with $20, and if you can turn your $20 into $40 before you lose it, that's a huge education. Because I guarantee you, if you start with $20 and your goal is to not lose that $20, you'll lose it the first time. You'll lose it. So I would play the game that way. I'd start with $50 or $100 and go, right, I'm not going to lose this $100. And I tell you, when you're only playing with 100, you set your stop limits very close. You get liquidated very easy. You learn very, very, very fast. So I've actually thought about doing trading classes with people and getting everybody to load up on $100. And then we go through and we do the trades together and we try not to lose those people's $100. If we lose the $100, the lessons are free. If we double the $100, everybody pays. That's what I was thinking of doing. What do you think about that as an idea? So, I was going to do group lessons, charge $200 a person, and then you've got to throw $100 into your own platform, and we margin trade together, and we do it together. And if you win, you pay the $200, and if you lose it, it's free. So I might even think about doing that. So I think it could be a good idea. Hey Randy, how you doing, my brother, my Panamanian brother from another mother? Hey, thanks for the StreamYard, man. I got on that today. I couldn't get the I'm not into that pirate coin yet, man, to be brutally honest. I sat on a yacht with Jeff about 2 months ago for 4 days, drinking tequila and talking anarchy and crypto. It was 4 of the best days of my life. He got me on the Monero vibe, which we actually sent a signal out for today. Mike says, I leveraged the ADA signal that I gave and made more than $200. I love that sort of stuff, Mike. That's why we're here, man. But yeah, Randy's saying, what's up, everyone? Randy's the guy that put me on to StreamYard after days and days and days of messing about with OBS that just wouldn't work properly. So here we are. All right, where were we now? Where were we? That's my thoughts on Zcash. I want to have a little look at Monero while we're here, actually, and see what's going on with Monero. So we did send a signal out today. I can't remember what it said. What did it say? 167 to 164. Yeah, it's right at the bottom limit of where we want. Yeah, right. So again, this is an easy one for me as well. So let's just run through the analysis on this one. So we got a clear trading panel. Again, let me just get rid of that for now because it's not really valid. I'll get rid of all of this. Okay, so I was really buying it based on a 1 hour candle back here somewhere, I think. Back here somewhere, yeah. Back here, right? So it's, but I didn't like this price point here. I thought it was too high. So I did like the price point back down here, which is why I put the trade signal back down into this area. So let's just go through that and see if that is still valid. And the reason I like that, that's why I don't like placing signals too high, because people jump on it, right? And then it falls and it falls and it falls, and then all of a sudden your risk reward, so you enter there, right? Your risk is all the way down here and your reward is there. It's not a very valuable trade, right? If we're getting it up here. It's just not, it doesn't make any sense. So if we lower it down into this area that I said, around the 164 area, as soon as we break through that EMA, we can get out. So it's 1.5. Even if we look for these tops, 5%. So it's a 3 to 1, almost a 3 to 1 ratio, right? Which is a good trade. So this is why it's pretty easy for me. But again, let's have a look at this, right? Because I had my top line up here, and luckily we didn't get in. It resisted. So imagine if you were chasing this big green, and this is where I'm actually more proud of the money that I save people than the money I make. Because what most people will do is they'll go, oh, Monero's pumping, I better get on it, right? And then they buy it here, and then look what happens. And then they panic, and they panic, and they go, oh, fuck, I gotta sell, and they get out. And that's what 90% of the people do. So at Krypto Gasmic, I'm just here trying to teach you, you're not going to win if you do the same as what everybody else does, right? So I like this for a few reasons. Number one, it's a privacy coin. Number two, we have really started to make a new pattern, new wave pattern, okay? Very clearly, right? 1, 2, 3. We're right back down in that fourth wave area, and a fifth wave is starting to move. So my target is 201, okay? So my target is $200 on this, my final target from a trading perspective. So if we get rid of that, now that we know that we're moving in 5 waves, our awesome entry, which I wrote on the signal as well, I think they even wrote it. The prime entries were sub 160, right? So I'm admitting there that we kind of missed that, but let's look at another another area to get in on. Okay, so we looked at it like this. We're now trending in that upward position. And even like this. So we've got a massive trading channel now to get in. So we want to buy this as close as we can down to this bottom line. We don't even go bearish on this until we break down through this. I remember when I was talking to Jeff on the boat, Monero was like 80 bucks, and I got in at 118 or 108 actually, 108 bucks. That was back in, when we were doing that? What was October, November. So it was around about $108. Yeah, Yeah, right in here somewhere is where I got into Monero. And I sold it all at around about 140. So I remember messaging Jeff and saying, hey man, did you hear it just got delisted? And he just wrote me a message. He said, I don't give a fuck. He said, if the government thinks they're coming after Monero, they don't realize that Monero is coming after them. At that point, I realized I messed up getting rid of my bag. But I'll get there again. I got no problem admitting my Simon says, glad I listened about getting in XMR at your recommended price. What was that? Was that like 108 or something like that, man? So anyway, let's have a look now at where we are now and why I am looking at this trade. Okay. It's the same thing here. I didn't want to get in. We missed the entry here, so I didn't want to chase it purely because of that red line. If it would have broke across there, then I would have got out. I would have jumped in. So I held off, and I think I actually did a bit of a short on it this afternoon. I was kind of feeling a bit funky. So Bitcoin's making a move as well, I can see. So let's have a look at that shortly. So Monero, that was our perfect entry area in there, okay? Actually, the perfect entry was below 160 on that EMA at the bottom of the wave 2. So we're now in a wave 3, okay? So we want to catch waves, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually in a wave 5, which is going to take us up to this line, hopefully the $200 mark, okay? And we look at it both ways. What happens if it goes right? What happens if it goes wrong? So that's the line we need to break. I kind of like this 155. I even think the signal might be a bit high where I've put it. Yeah. I was looking at this accumulation resistance here. So if that fell through, I'd probably just jump out the trade and relook at it around about 155, okay? Or even keep that one if I've exchange bought and average all the way down to this white line, actually, right, where the blue EMA holds. So we may possibly see 155 overnight. We may not. And we'll see. And so the way I'm going to play this trade is I may not even jump in now, to be honest. I might wait and see what happens on this trend ribbon. On the 3 hour. We're sitting right on the resistance of the 1 hour, and that's why I set that as the target. And you can see it's accumulating right now, target area now. So if that accumulates in there and takes off, I look like a genius. If it falls through, that's the way it goes. And I also did a little fib on this run here, which gives me 162. Which is the area it's chopping in there. So it's quite easy, really. If it falls through that 162, in here, just jump out. Just take a small loss, and then we relook down here, sub 160. And then, obviously, on the way back up, we look at the tops. Once we break through, we improve our position. And then we're looking for these tops, and then we're looking for these tops. And then our white trend line. So we either increase position as we go or we start taking profits out as we come down. And that's how we make money. Randy, only 3x long. Yeah, that's the most I can get as well as 3x. That's all I want to do anyway, So someone says I'm going to hold my XMR to $200. Yeah, why not, man? I would. When it falls, buy some more. I would. Don't blame me, brother. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin because it's cracking off. I've got another 15 minutes left in me, guys, and then I'm going to call it a night. Didn't have a very good day on the trade day, to be honest. Lost a couple $100 today, but I always say to people, that like, any trader that tells you that they win every day is full of shit. They're bullshitting you. It's about keeping that risk and reward ratios in order. If you do that, out of 10 trades, you win 7 and you lose 3, you're winning money, right? So it's just when you're losing 6 and winning 4, or 50-50 is when it's not good. I like to get my rate at around about 80-20. That's why I try to cut my losses really short. The one the other night really hurt me. I closed it. I thought I'd closed it, and then when I woke up in the morning, I had a long, and it was going completely short. It was when Bitcoin was diving, and I'd made $700 before I went to bed, and I closed it, but I didn't. And when I woke up in the morning, that long that was in 5% profit was in 20% loss, and it was just like, oh my God. So you got to be so careful. So that one was a really big lesson for me, guys. I'm telling you, that will never happen to me ever again. So let's, I lost 120 in the morning, made 80 on a good. Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, I don't mind losing $120 on the trade. That's my regular loss usually, 200 at the most, but it's all relative. I'm also, if you're betting with 200 and you lost 120, that sucks, right? So everything's relative, and it's all about percentages. But I am going to do that thing that I said where everybody's going to agree to pay $200, plus you're going to put 100 into your trading account, and we're going to margin trade together and see if we can double the $100. And if we do, you pay for the lessons, and if they don't, the lessons are free. So if anybody's interested in that, you let me know. We'll have 20 people doing that. And one way or another, it'll be a good lesson. If we win, we will make some lessons, and if we lose, you got a really good education for $100. Okay, so let's do that. The margin trading challenge. We try not to lose our $100. Okay, let's do that. Right. Time for a couple. Let's just have another. Let's get back to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin. Well, let's see Ethereum. Now that I sold it, I probably made the wrong decision. No, I made the right decision. Yeah, I mean, everything is looking great. I'm so happy. And I don't mind losing a little bit of a short, because at the end, there's nothing better than when you wake up in the morning and you look at your portfolio and it's up, like, it just makes money. So that's why, again, I don't really waste my time with a lot of shorts, because if I lose my money on the short and I'm making money going up, it kind of sucks, right? So let's have a little look at Ethereum. I'm liking the way this is looking. But again, it's these top resistance. So it's just not going to get me committed to going long just yet. I got more Ethereum than Bitcoins. I can tell you that, a lot more. And I've accumulated every time in here, me and a good buddy of mine over here. We are massive on Ethereum. And I said to him last week, 40K, I'm selling my Bitcoin. I'm going to wait for the dump, and I'm going to put it all into Ethereum. And I missed it, and I could have just stacked up all of that Bitcoin and bought all this Ethereum at 7,000. So, yeah, I mean, it's just not going to get me committed to a long until we break out of that, right? And it's probably not going to get me committed to a short again. That was a silly play from me today, right? It's really that simple. Hopefully, the way I like to do things is because I'm a pretty simple kind of dude, right? So, oh shit, you haven't even been looking at my chart. Sorry, you've been looking at my head. I'm a pretty simple guy. So, yeah. So this is not going to commit me to a long until we break. All right, it's just not going to get me there. But that is ramping up really, really good now. This was just the perfect entry. 990. And I said it all along to people, sub 1,000, go. Because it's really holding the $1,000 mark really, really well. And this is really easy to see how this thing's playing out right now. Look at that. Okay. It's really, really playing out really good. 1, 2. So even if we do get in on a break, we've got to keep in mind that we may even have a small trade, right? And we're going to get to 4, but then we improve our position. And that's when we're going to look for here, 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 and here to break above that. So that's what we're looking for, right? So if we didn't get in here, then we're going to look up here in this area. And there's another nice little consolidation going on in Ethereum. But there's just not enough candles there for me to, because they can go there, and then the trend goes there, and then there's another little one, and so forth and so forth. So there's not enough. And then we start getting down to the 15-minute. So we lose, I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet. So I do play a little bit more conservative because I got to make a living, right? I got to make money. So the other way you could do it, I guess, is now that we've got support, let's say I want to buy 10 Ethereums. I could buy 2 here, and then, or 2 here where it is now. No, I wouldn't buy 2 where it is now. If we got a triple bottom here, that's kind of like a triple top. So if that fell down to here again, I'm going to set an alarm. So if that falls to there again and starts to get support again, I might get in there. So if I'm going to buy 10 Ethereums, I might buy 2 there, just 2. As it goes up, I'll just put a stop loss straight away on those 2. All right. If it falls through the trend line, I get out, I take a loss, and I look buying back down here. I'm just talking to you guys as I'm thinking out loud right now. Then what I do is I top up my position here. Then I see what happens here, because sometimes it'll extend right through. Okay. So here, I don't even know if I would take any profits. If it pushes through, I'll extend. If it starts to come down, actually, I'll probably take half off the table. And then I'm watching this area here. And if I get support for the 5th wave, I'm putting that back on and I'm improving my position. So there you go. That is exactly how I'm playing Ethereum. As long as it doesn't happen while I'm asleep. That's how I'm playing Ethereum. So if this breaks down, we could see 1,000. Yeah, I mean, we've already seen sub 1,000 Ethereum today, man. Not so long ago, like 3 hours ago, it hit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only 10 hours ago. All right, it was there. So yeah, we can definitely see, but I'm liking this double bottom. If it holds a triple bottom, that's really, really strong. However, if it hits a triple top, same thing. So that's why in this area between 1,090 and 1150 is, you're talking about 5%. All right. But in the big picture, you're talking 19 or 20. So it's just a bit more conservative. I hope that makes sense. Which is why you could scale in. I'd probably scale in, to be honest, like I just said. Very glad I closed that short. I was playing that on the 3-hour when it was in resistance down here, but yeah, I got out at the right time for now. I mean, it's just still there, isn't it? I mean, it's not, it still could go anyway. So yeah, I would probably, yeah, you want to play this on a bit of a longer time frame. So there you go. That makes more sense. So we're right in the middle of that trend zone now. So even if we get that white line, we're now above the trend as well, the trend ribbon, which is, look what happened the last time we got above the trend ribbon. Now, down here, during this consolidation. So let's stick with the 6-hour. And let's get above the trend ribbon and above this line, and then we go. Keeping in mind resistance there, like that. So that's how we do that. All right, I'm going to look at one more, guys, and then I'm going to call it a day. What coin do you want me to look at? Let me know. Nobody's there? Okay, maybe nobody's there. All right. What one do I want to look at? I want to look at Uni. So Uni is one we've been making loads of money on. All of that set up. See, I mean, I really get into. So if anybody wants a free trial to Kryptogasmic, let me know. You can set that up. What's going on with that? All right. Come on, man, in the words of Joe Biden. Come on, man. All right. Okay, so Uni. Let's have a look at Uni. This is one of my top picks, one of my top 5 picks for this year, guys. We're going to have one more look at Bitcoin before I go as well, because it's pumping right now. So I'm kind of liking this. All right. Coming from an uptrend. All right. So I'm really liking this. So if this breaks out, I'm actually going to improve my position. If this, it's not the one I want. Okay, so that's my watching area. Okay. If that breaks up out of there, I'm probably going to jump into that. You know, it's really, I like coins that hold what they're doing, you know. So that was had very clear trading channel. So when it broke down, you could have got that, you could have got out of there, right? And it never got back into the channel, right? And that's the simplest of simple indicators for long-term trades, right? All you had to do was get in there at $3.91 and look at the trade that you've got. And I was talking about Uni. Oh man, 559, 387. Sorry, 373. So if you were in Kryptogasmic, you had all of these opportunities, baby. Got it $4.90. Fuck XRP, BAT, TRX. We made like loads of money on all of these, right? So Biden is a douche. Don't even get me started, man. I'm not American, but it's very sad what's happened to that country. Just when I was a kid, man, it used to be the dream, didn't it? No, fucking hell. But anyway, that's for another day. Uni. Yeah, and this is turning into be a coin that just is going to trade so well. Look, it fell straight back into its original consolidation. So that was the pickup area again. Look, sub $5. Okay. So this one I think is going to be huge. So this is probably not. So now that channel is not there now anyway, right? So, but this one is. That's pretty good too. Okay. So that is pretty awesome. Yeah. So what we're looking for is the breakout of this kind of head and shoulders thing. I didn't notice this earlier. This looks nice, man. This. See, I would have expected it to come down again and then go like that, which it may do. So I'm not going to run in there now. I mean, that's the 6 hour, and that's, I mean, the last candle didn't do much. I mean, it may even come across there, to be honest. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Look, that's why it's so important to get it correct. So you can see just now. So we're starting to get some confirmation of that. You know, so uni again could be one where I'm just thinking about this. One, two. So that could be a top of a wave 3 for a retracement as well. So that's our first bit of confirmation is the breakthrough there. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad little trade, to be honest with you. 7%. Okay. Okay. No, I don't. I'm just trying to think, you know. Look at the candle patterns. Let's turn all the shit on. LTC is crossing something we had earlier, so we can have a look at that again as well. Okay, so we're a mile above the green cloud. We came all the way in, and now we're climbing out again. This is such an awesome coin. So what I'm looking for here now, so now we've turned this line from resistance into support. And this is what I mean about confirmation and not having to run in. Let's see if this can start moving back up in support. If so, if it can get back to here, I may even buy a little bit, with the plan to buy a little bit more here. And I mean small amounts, right? And just wedge, no, I don't want to, if it breaks that line, I don't want to buy it. Okay, so I'm playing this downtrend here as support and resistance. So I really want to see what this 6 hour candle does. It's just opened 24 minutes ago. So it opened up here and it's come back down to that line. $9.3. So an hour and a half for the 4 hour. Yeah, see, it's right in my zone there, isn't it? It's it did break out. How do we not see that? Okay. See, and now it's got a bearish engulfment, which is a reversal. I just got to say goodbye. Reversal there that didn't reverse. Yeah, and there's the bearish engulfment there. So, and we're right in my danger zone that I said. See, and there's take profit things coming here from a buy back here, which I missed. So I think we wait. We hold off on that one and we see. I want more confirmation that this is support, because that's just the bearish engulfment after an up is quite, plus the doji on the top. So we could get a little bit of a reversal here, guys, to be honest. So I'll see where I'm at in the morning. If I miss it, I miss it. Yeah, okay, that's my decision. I'm not going to enter it tonight. That doji candle is worrying me. That means that 4 hours open and close at the same time, and especially at the end of an uptrend. Tweezer tops, yeah, I mean, they're all very bearish candles. So I'm glad I turned all that on, because it makes me, yeah. Plus, it's had a huge run. Look at that. Just since the 11th of January, man. Like, wow. We did really good there. Yeah. So, it might come back down here as resistance and back on this trend and then take off from there, or it might fall through the trend and then we'll be glad we didn't get in. So let's wait on that one. Hard to see. Is that uni or LTC? Simon, that was uni, mate. I can see it on the screen now. Okay. So something for LTC just popped up. Let's have a quick little look at what's happening on Bitcoin. Oh, Jesus. What the hell is that? Let's get rid of all this. What the hell happened there? Damn. Get rid of half these indicators as well. Yeah, Bitcoin's on the move, people. She is on the move. So let's watch this live in real time. And we just go back and TA it again, all over again. All right, so that's my watch zone, wasn't it? Right there. So yeah, I mean, what a comeback from Bitcoin, huh? I mean, I gotta say, this was where I got caught here. Right, I was in a trade long here at night, and I closed it out here, and then I woke up in the morning, and I had a liquidation call because it didn't close, and I was long, and it went like this. Oh my God, it wasn't good, and it's put me back about 3 weeks, to be honest. Check your shit, people, before you go to bed. Like, I'm going to say this because it's very important. Check, double check, triple check all of your shit before you finish for the day. Do not leave any orders open, right? If you're margin trading in particular, close it. Double check that it closed properly. Just double check everything, because I have learned a pretty big lesson. So Bitcoin is on the move. So everybody's going to be jumping in here now. And you know what? Tell you what, man. She is on the move. She is on the move. She is definitely on the move. So here's our trading channel. Very clear. Tell you what, this is going to be a very important point right here, right there. So 38,199 to, yeah, I tell you, if that finds support there, I might even, wow, but it's bedtime, man. Oh dear, still a lot of red. Yeah, this is a really, really important area. So this could be a fake out, you know what I mean? Like, I could hit that line and just boom back down. But I'm telling you one thing right now, guys. That is a serious price point. As is that. As is that. As is that. Right? So these ones keep us within the channel. This, I mean, that might as well, depending on how long it takes. There's too much white there. So, yeah, I mean, again, look, the EMA was perfect. It just works, guys, over and over and over again. Look. It just works. Breakout, I mean, breakout, you're in. Now you don't really give a shit, right? You're in here. So now you don't care if it goes like this. Because you are not, as soon as it breaks through, you take your profits, right? Yeah, all my shit's going off now, so it's good. This is very important level, guys. So I think it's going to be it for me now. But keep your eyes on that. Keep chatting in the Kryptogasmic VIP group about that. It's really, really important. So I hope you all enjoyed it. No, Simon's up there. Simon is up $20. Nice, man. Half of a pack of cigarettes in Australia. Not that I smoke anymore. Any views on Dodgy Coin? No, I don't. Yeah, we can meet at the end of the year. If Simon's funny. When we meeting at the end of the year? Sure, why not? That's it. I love doing these, guys. I might even do them every night. Now that I've got it all set up and get my new camera set up and all my stuff. And, you know, I didn't make any money today, unfortunately. And here's the thing, you know, I don't want to be one of those guys on YouTube that every day you talk to me is like, did you take my trade? If you took my trade, you made so much money. I don't want to be one of those guys, right? If I fuck it up, I fuck it up. So I will always keep it real. That's it, you know. I don't win every trade. What I can tell you 100% is this. I worked really hard for an entertainment business for 20 years. I got into cryptocurrency 7 years ago. Lost a lot of money. I probably fucking don't even want to get started on the money that's lost on the blockchain because that's what gave me a mental breakdown. So anyway, forgetting that. I've had money fears, all that, but got into crypto very, very early. Well, you know, early enough. Probably should have just kept it there and not touched it. I'd have a lot more now. But, you know, I learned a lot of lessons along the way and taught myself how to trade to make money. So I was always making financially free money, but I had another business, which was my cash cow. Well, that died in March with coronavirus pandemic. So I sat around for a few months and I just traded more and traded more and traded more and realized this was my answer for financial freedom. It's time for me to start practicing what I preach. And I'm going to show people that you don't have to have a job and you can do this and live wherever you want to live and make a living. But it's hard. and you got to be disciplined. And people say to me, how much do I need to start with to do that? And I got a good buddy of mine at the moment who's, I don't know whether he's listening here now or not, he's been staying with me for a few days, but, he's got a day job in a big brand retail store because he's got the insurance and, and I want to ask him how much he got paid. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, fuck. And, we sat here on the laptop and I said, dude, I'll show you how I make $100 now. You come on, and look down the trade, $120, closed it. So, hey, Georgie girl, it's been a long time, sweetheart. I'm going to do these late night things. So really what I'm about now is inspiring people to, take the plunge, man. I mean, take the plunge. I was very active in Kryptogasmic, and then I wasn't for a year. I had a lot of personal problems. I went through divorce. We had some money stuck on the blockchain. Crypto markets was falling. All of it, right? It all led to me actually having a heart attack in July, where I hit the floor and I couldn't breathe, and I actually thought my life was over. And it was, so this COVID period, so I lost that business that was my cash cow. So I'm out there on the edge now, and I'm like, well, I can either get a job, start another business, or I can do this seriously. So I decided I'm doing this seriously. So my sole income now is crypto trading and Kryptogasmic. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is and showing people that you can do it, Yeah, I know, Georgie, and and this is what I'm saying, like I've always been real. I keep it real. I admit that I went walkabout for a little bit, but when people sign up for lifetime, it's lifetime, man. I mean, lifetime's ups and downs. And then when people started getting pissed off, I was like, well, I'm not here at your beck and call every year. And I started getting disgusting messages. I had death threats, all sorts of shit. And when that stuff happens, it makes me not want to do anything, right? So, I just want to show people. But you got to be serious about it. Otherwise, you lose your money very quickly. So that's what Kryptogasmic's all about. It was, but hey, I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby girl. So let's just have a quick little look at, here's the thing, I'm supposed to go to bed, but I just love this shit, wasted too much. Look, resistance again. See, it's a mind fuck. It tries to get you in, and it tries to suck you in and chase it. And then, I got people who are new in my Kryptogasmic group, and they're like, should I sell this and buy Ethereum? And it's like just too emotionally involved. Giselle, just the girl I was talking about. Actually, I don't even know you, but I kind of feel like I do now. Giselle contacted me 2 weeks ago, asking me if I would trade on her behalf. And after the last experience, I said, that is not happening. I actually had somebody offer me $1 million fund to trade on it, and I just said, no way. Because you know what? I like my health and my happiness way, 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 way too much than the greed of money, right? So, Giselle, I hope you're getting good, I don't want to use that word advice, but, support, education from us. There are so many scammers out there that talk so much shit. I'm never promising to guarantee you funds. All I can say is what I'm doing. I'm trading and making money, and I'm living. I pull out 10 G's a month to live. Right? That's it. I put myself on 120K a year, tax free. You live a pretty good life in Mexico on 120K a year, right? So that's my goal. That's my aim. Have you charted Link? No, I haven't, man. Everybody's talking about Link, but you know what? I don't even feel like going to bed. So let's have a look. Link. I like doing this shit, to be honest. Alert, OMG is crossing something apparently. Oh, right, it was here for a minute. No, that's Bitcoin. OMG alert just went off. what was that alert on OMG? Ah, the EMA indicator for an entry. But you know what? It's too late at night now for me to go. Because I'm telling you, I get into that trade, I'll be up all night, and I won't sleep a wink, and I'll be sick tomorrow. So, for those of you who are in the room, OMG is one definitely to watch for today, especially if we get this breakout. Which it's doing. That's the 1 hour. Yeah, I'm more interested long term here, so this is a good entry point if it retraces back down to here in the little squeeze there. Right. And there's your stop loss. And there's your trade. So reward, risk equals good trade. And you can't see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. So guys, I mean, I'll check that in the morning. But you guys keep an eye on that in it's a sea of green. I'm big on this OMG, and you guys know I always have been. It's following that trend, awesome. So it's really easy one to get in and out of, you know, like, yeah, look for it in here, guys. And then increase position once you get across the trend ribbon, across that white line.